We're here in Solvang, California for our 7-year wedding anniversary, and we're going to see what kind of antiques or thrift shops are here. Follow along. So we're starting out at Pieces of the Past Vintage and Antique Store here, and just inside the door I found the loveliest of scarves, and I really liked this equestrian scarf, but I could not find a price tag on it, so I decided to leave it there. And then I kind of perused through these Hawaiian shirts. I think that my husband looks really nice in these, so I did take a quick peek through those. And then I started to see some spring items that started to pique my interest. I really did like this little Dalmatian dog, and I thought it could go for many different seasons. And he had the cutest little expression on his face. And then I noticed down below on the shelf this bunny mug. And I thought that that was very, very sweet. For $12, it was a Spode Meadow Bunny mug. Very darling. I also really liked these Daisy wine cups, but they did look a little bit newer. And again, I didn't see a price on those, but I did think they were very cute. And just look at how they have everything displayed. This was the entryway, and so they had a lot of their spring items displayed here. This glass jar was $68, and I thought it would look really, really nice with some Easter candy inside. I would style this bird brass dish on an entryway, probably stacked on top of some coffee table books. And this bunny picture I really loved, except I would probably reframe it into a more natural frame. And then these old gardening tools would look really cool propped up against some of the terracotta pots that I've been collecting. I probably should have grabbed one of those. I was partial to the green. And then these metal little bird houses were just darling. And here's another one of my favorites that I'm kind of sad that I didn't get. These salt and pepper shakers in the flower motif. Those were so adorable. And I was trying to see the price on this little bird dish, which would be great to collect rings. And when you take off all of your jewelry at the end of the day, I thought that would have been a perfect little catch-all dish for jewelry. And I'm just kind of snooping about to see what else I could find. This antique store had a wonderful collection of old glass bottles. And if you've been watching my channel for a little while now, you know that I've been, collecting different glass bottles. Last year, I spent a lot of time collecting old amber glass bottles. Here's another really cool glass bottle. This one was covered in this weave, this woven material, and I really loved that for spring, especially with the glass bottle inside. And then I found these stunners. These actually gave me like fish scales. These would be really cool during the summertime, and they were just beautiful, handmade champagne flutes there. These are the sweetest Gobel bunnies I think I've ever seen. I love the little eyes on them. Very whimsical. And this was also a favorite. This is a Fitz and Floyd Tango Bunnies teapot. And I just thought it was darling. For $29, I thought that was a great deal. Although one of the bunnies did have a little chip on his nose. And then I also spotted these flower frogs, but they were at the top of retail price. So I'm going to hold out and hope that I find some of those at an estate sale soon, because I really would love to grow that collection as well. And then I thought that this flower glass and pitcher set was just beautiful for the springtime, as well as this little stump planter. I thought that would look really cute with just the right plant inside. Oh, and then I spotted these carrot coasters, which if you've seen in one of my last videos, I picked up a set just like it, but they were tomatoes. So I did think that the carrots were really cute and sweet for spring. And then tucked back in the way here, I found this beautiful embroidered set of tea towels. I always love to look at the linens and all of the different like cloth items that they carry. And then they had all of these little animal figurines. And of course, I took my time to kind of look through here. Again, they were just at the top of retail, so I did end up leaving a lot of those behind. And I'm so sad, but I'm glad that I did get to see them. And this little cat was very heavy. I think it was maybe made out of cast iron. And I also really liked these brass baskets. I thought that these would look really nice with some moss inside and maybe like one of those marble eggs, just to kind of keep it a little bit more classy. And just look at this secretary. This secretary is amazing for $795. Also, check out this awesome lamp. Really cool for $125. The color on these 3 enamel wearables really caught my eye, and for $38 I did think that was a great deal. I could definitely see those styled in my open kitchen shelving, and I did take a quick peek at this quilt. However, I don't think it was quite the right colors that I was looking for. And of course I had to check out this really cool turkey platter. I already have a turkey platter, so I did end up leaving that one behind. I thought the color on these margarita glasses were so great for spring. There was a purple, a pink, a blue, a green, and I think one other color, but I just thought they were so beautiful. And I also saw this brass candle snuffer that I really liked the design on it, but I do have one at home similar, so I did end up leaving it behind for somebody else. And this paper cutout also caught my eye with the peacocks, which is also a memory that I have from our wedding. So I did love the peacocks on that cutting. And then I saw these woven strainers and thought these would be a great textural piece to bring into any spring decor, as well as any of this like natural wood elements I thought would be great for spring. These, I think they're kind of, what'd she say?
I wasn't paying attention.
Abishkever?
Yeah.
I might be saying that wrong. But it has like a pancake ball with raspberry jelly.
Yep, and powdered sugar.
to be pretty filling, so this will be a good little lunch snack. So after spending some time in Solvang, we drove down to Santa Barbara to explore State Street, and we stumbled upon this antique store. It's called Antique Alley, and we first came upon these stoneware plates, and I really loved the color and pattern on these. These were the night blue shade, and then there were also these stoneware bowls in a different color pattern and shade over here. And I also really liked this one. I think this one to me leaned a bit more spring or even summer than the blue. However, both could be used during the season, and I think they would be wonderful. And then I spotted this guy, and I'm a little bit upset with myself for not picking him up because I do think he's very unique, and I would probably use him in my Halloween decor. But he was $22, made in Japan, like a little black cat teapot salt shaker. I wish there was the pepper though. So if there was a set, I probably would have picked those up. And then I saw this advertising, which also to me looked a little bit spooky, kind of like a ventriloquist doll. So those piqued my interest, but I eventually decided against them. And then I did carry this small picture frame around, but for $14, I did pass on it. And then I came over to this booth, and they had some really beautiful pottery pieces, like this little dish right here. This could easily be used in a bathroom or an entryway as a catch-all. And this is another item that I highly considered, and it is a carved wood swan. I just thought the colors were beautiful. They definitely to me leaned into that spring hue with the natural woods and the light pink on the feathers, and that was an absolutely stunning piece for $29. And this was another bowl that I absolutely loved. And stay tuned for my haul. Will be starting shortly, and I'll talk a little bit more about what I love about that bowl. And these were also pretty unique pieces here. These were glass, and I loved the varying color of the light pink and the light green. And then continuing on with some beautiful glassware, I did find more of these little bunnies sitting on these baskets. Super adorable for like jelly beans or little candies for Easter. I did consider the purple one. However, I didn't see prices on any of these, so I just decided against them. I didn't know if the owner would have to call the booth owner, and we just didn't have time for that for today, so I passed on them, but I did think they were very beautiful, and altogether they are stunning for spring. And in this booth also, there were some really nice baskets, very sturdy, very high quality. I just didn't love the color tones on that set. Okay, it's been a little bit of time since we got home earlier from Solvang and Santa Barbara, and we had such a great time up there, and I'm so glad that we took a couple of days away to really take time to enjoy our anniversary together. And it's always a fun time to get to see different antique stores in different locations that we're not so used to, and everything looks new and different, and so that's always a good time. I did just pick up a few things because we spent our time just more of the experience as opposed to buying things, but I always like to pick up a few little somethings while we're out traveling, not necessarily from like a souvenir shop, but in a way I like to bring home something from an antique store instead. And that way I can kind of hold those memories and those pieces, and when I look at them I can remember our trip. So I did pick up a few little things, and I'll share them with you. So first, I did find this really sweet little, it's like a miniature pitcher, and I really just love the colors of it, the green and the yellow. I thought it would be really nice for spring. I actually, in my mind, thought about popping this into my coffee bar area for spring, but it's not marked or anything. It's probably just a hobbyist piece, but I did really think it was very cute, and I'm excited to add it to my collection for spring. And also for spring, I found this really lovely bowl, and here it is. It's so beautiful, like this light baby blue color, almost like a robin's egg color to it. And it has these beautiful patterns of flowers and a little butterfly here and birds. And I just really loved the colors. And on the inside, it has this flower. And this pot, or this bowl, I should say, it's on the bottom, it says El Palomar, Mexico. And it was $10. And I believe the price was low because it has this crack in it right here. But that does not bother me. I will still, get to display this bowl, and I probably will use it. I'm going to do a lead test on it first, though, because I know sometimes Mexican pottery contains lead. So before I use this, I will definitely do a lead test on it. But it's beautiful nonetheless, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection. And lastly, I just have this... This is for my Halloween stash. So I found this really cool old bottle, and it says blue ointment on it, Boyston's Pharmacy, and it says poison, 33 1/3% mercury, and then it has an antidote on it for, it says antidote, white of eggs, flour or starch mixed with water, strong tea or coffee stimulants. And I believe, I'm not sure what blue ointment would have been used for, but on the back here it does say 1890 is the year, and I purchased this for $6. But yes, I thought it was really cool with the skull and crossbones there, to add to my Halloween collection, my little bottle collection that I hope to have going for like a curiosity type case in the back here. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. But that's really it, because we did end up bringing a couple of bottles of wine home from that area. It's just such a great area to pick up different wines and try different things, and pastries and all the goodies. So we definitely brought home more than just this, but this is all I picked up from the antique store. But I'm so thankful that you watched and hung out with us for a little bit today. It was a really great weekend again, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.